and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. This is a general reading for all signs for today, the 21st of June, 2023. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Jason, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Diane. Thank you so much, Jason and Diane, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. If you're watching this on a restream on YouTube, if you don't feel like watching me shuffle for the next couple minutes, so you can just use the timestamp right in the video to get right to the reading. I'm reading with the Tarot de El Dios de los Tres, and I have this 300-year-old formula for eau de cologne that I made myself. I'm going to use 3 sprays to purify this room. You can find out information about how to make this cologne and also purchase this deck in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. I don't read with card reversals, so you'll see me flipping cards right side up. That's just how I like to read. All is well, I promise. This reading does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it, because it may not be meant for you. And if that's the case, just check out the Zodiac readings for your I think I need to go back to bed and start all over again. Your individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. And you can find all of those replays real easily right on my website at ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you are watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads by subscribing to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We sell a lot of tarot decks there. We actually don't sell anything. Those are all affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support us is with a donation, and you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, you could also use a super sticker or super chat to give a donation. And if you're watching on YouTube on a replay, you could use a super thanks. We really appreciate you being here today for this general reading. And I feel like these cards are pretty shuffled, so let's just do one more shuffle for good measure. We'll give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today. The 21st of June, 2023. Happy summer, everybody. Summer solstice. Woohoo! I bet Stonehenge is very crowded. Glad I'm not there. Okay, we've got 7 of coins. We've got 3 of wands, and we've got the 8 of swords. It's a mixed bag today. The 7 of coins is saying that you've just had an upgrade. Many of you have had some sort of upgrade or good sort of outcome in regards to money or other sort of asset, maybe even health. And it's also saying that things are working for you in your work or in your career, your creative work, whatever's important to you. Things are really working for you. Things are starting to manifest. It looks like stuff is coming together really well. So what does the ego do with that? When things are starting to work out, it says, what can I do to destroy it? What can I do to destroy it? And then it seems like it's this constant battle between the soul and the ego. Who's going to win? Is the soul going to win? Are we going to be successful? Or is the ego going to win? Are we going to self-destruct? Well, the soul doesn't see it as a battle. Only the ego does. That's all. Only the ego sees it as a battle. The soul doesn't battle because the soul is successful no matter what happens in the storyline. Now, infinite intelligence, which is the source of our soul, not our ego. Our soul is an extension of infinite intelligence. Its will for us is happiness and success. And the soul realizes this, and the soul is successful no matter what happens in the storyline here. But the soul would really love it if our physical universe would reflect its success rather than succumbing to those ego destructive sort of tendencies. So, just so you know that the battle is not the souls, the battle is the egos, because the ego is the only thing that can feel threatened, and the ego is threatened by your success. So when you notice that when good things are happening to you or around you, that you start to obsess over stuff. That's usually what this 8 of swords is, that you start worrying about how's it going to last, or what's around the corner, when's the other shoe going to fall, those kinds of things. That's the ego's way of trying to mess with things, put sand in the gears. And remember, the ego is not a life force. The ego is not an entity. It's a habit. It's a thought habit. And it can only have any influence over us if we decide to sit around and think those thoughts. So when you notice yourself just automatically assuming the worst or obsessing over things, or you can't turn your mind off, and you're wondering, well, what's going on here? Because it seems like things are working out in so many ways. Well, that's what's going on. The ego's trying to mess it up just because it's programmed to do it. So you have a choice to make, and you can turn that off. And I have a little tool called the off switch. So when you start noticing that you're obsessing over things, that's just an ego trick. It's the trick of the ego to get your mind focused on something other than happiness, focused on something other than joy, focused in this case on something other than success. And you can employ that off switch over and over and over again and just have total victory over your own ego mind's attempt at self-destruction. And you can find my video on the off switch really easily on my YouTube channel. It's also on my website. So it takes maybe, I think, 3 minutes or something. It's a really short video. I would listen to it and use that again and again and again today when you notice that your mind is trying to pull you away from success and into obsession or into worry or all of those things. All right, we've got this Ace of Swords, which is the truth about you. You are the victor. This Ace of Swords is talking about how you have all the power over your mind, no matter what you may think. Yes, you do. You have all the power over your mind. And you can choose to use your mind any way you want to. So if you want to let yourself use your mind the way your soul thinks, that's a choice. If you want to let yourself use your mind the way your ego thinks, that's a choice. And so this power of choice is yours alone, and you wield it at every moment. We've got this Knight of Coins, and then we've got this beautiful Hanged Man card. And the Hanged Man is telling you that you have the power to say no at any moment of time and point of space. Yes, of course you have the power to say no to other people. That's true. But today it's more that you have the power to say no to your own habitual thinking. Your own obsessive thinking. You can shut that stuff down in an instant if you want to, but you have to take up that sword. You have to take up that power and say, I'm taking over my own mind. I choose what I think. And if your mind keeps coming back to the obsessive thinking, you be just obsessive about shutting it down. You have all the power. And this Knight of Coins here is also talking about how not only do you have all the power, but you also have all the assistance you need if you ever feel like you can't control your thinking. You can't, exert that own willpower over your mind. You can call on help at any moment, anywhere you want. Now, today is all about money and success on the physical plane, but it's really a spiritual thing. Because the ego really doesn't want you to succeed financially. The ego really doesn't want you to have what you want in regards to your work in the world. Not because the ego is this awful, bad, evil entity, but because it's like a computer program that was programmed that way. And we all bought into it a long, 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 long time ago that we can't be happy here, that we can't have good lives, that we can't succeed, that we can't be healthy, that we can't be wealthy, that we can't have our physical lives be an actual extension of the truth of our souls. We bought into that. And so what is the power of our mind? The power of our mind is that the mind can create form and can create experiences, especially when we all come together. And we all came together a long time ago, and we are still in it. We are still in it together to prove to ourselves and to the universe how we're not good enough. We're not good enough. We're not smart enough. We aren't vibrant souls. We weren't created to be happy. Those are those programs. So you don't have to buy into any of that. I don't care how many people are thinking those things. You don't have to buy into that. And that's what this Hanged Man is telling you. You have that sacred power of no available at your disposal at all times. And you can shut that down anytime you want to. And so today I would recommend, if you have time, to listen to that meditation that I did on the Hanged Man card called Using Your Sacred Power of No. And just claim back your power. And this Ace of Swords is so powerful. This is you. This is how much power you wield over your life. You have all power. And I know it's easy to say that. Sometimes it's not so easy to hear that. But I want you to hear it. I want you to hear how powerful you are. Nobody gets to tell you what to think. Nobody does. Not even your ego. Nothing and nobody gets to tell you what to think. You have complete authority over the thoughts that you choose. And your thoughts are very, very powerful. So look in your life and see how things have been starting to go well in certain areas. Look at how you have the assistance that you need when you need it. Be grateful for those things, of course, be grateful for those things, but recognize that those things are your birthright. And that when your ego mind decides that it wants to upset the apple cart, it'll do it in a way that deflects responsibility so that it looks like you have nothing to do with it, that you have no power over it. It'll come up with things like insolvable problems. It'll come up with things like how they are more powerful than you and all of that. And none of that's true. It's really important to realize that none of that's true. The second you start going down the road of obsessing over how bad things are, or how nothing can last for you, or how we're all going to hell in a handbasket, or whatever your particular brand of obsessive thinking happens to be, you have to shut it down. That's up to you. No one can do it for you, any more than no one can eat your food for you or take a breath for you. Nobody can shut your obsessions down but you. And it's up to you to do that today, again and again and again, because you are poised for success. You are poised for really great success. And you don't want to just go to sleep about that. And that's what the ego is programmed to do. It's just like lull you to sleep into this mire of obsession over things that don't matter, things that just don't matter, that aren't really happening. So if you notice that now maybe that's not for you today. I mean, obviously this can't be for everybody, but if that is you, and you do notice that you are so easily pulled into negative thinking today and easily pulled off of your purpose today, get on top of that. Don't let any time waste before you shut it down and you get your power back, because it's you deciding to not decide if you let your mind run amok like that. That's you making the decision. I don't have any power. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have all the power. That Ace of Swords is not kidding. That's you. All right. You're going to do great today. Look at all of this wonderful turnaround with the finances, all of this wonderful manifestation with your goals, all of this wonderful assistance and help. Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful stuff. And it's up to you to protect those things and utilize your power. You are the master. You are the master of your own mind. And so use that power. You be the master today, because that's what you are destined to be. And you're going to do great. It's going to be a wonderful day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Jason and Diane. And we'll see you all for another reading tomorrow. Blessed be.